Namaste. Welcome to Snuggles and Cuddles by Storytunes, a program where you can listen to new stories every night just before you sleep. So grab your blanket, grab your favorite stuffed toy, and join me for a lovely story.
Mama, can we read Grandma's Bag of Stories today?
Of course we can. Are you talking about Sudha Murthy's Grandma's Bag of Stories?
Yes.
Of course we can. Well, this is how the stories began. Summer holidays. Aji smiled to herself as she waited for 2 more of her grandchildren to arrive. Raghu and Meenu would be here soon. Anand and Krishna had already arrived with their mother the previous evening. They had been waiting restlessly for their cousins to arrive ever since. Even though Aji told them Raghu and Meenu would be there the next morning, these 2 kids just wouldn't listen. They went to the railway station with their grandfather Aja to receive them. The train must have pulled into the tiny railway station of Shigaon by now, and their grandfather would have hired a taxi to bring them home along with their mother and their stacks of luggage. Aji hurried through her bath. She had finished cooking their favorite dishes and was now wearing a nice soft cotton sari before going to the veranda to wait for them. There they came. What the noise the children were making! They all nearly tumbled out of the car and came leaping and shouting to her, each wanting to be the first to be hugged by her. Each one wanted to be the closest to Aji. Soon the children settled down. A visit to Aji and Aja's house meant first inspecting the garden to see how much the plants had grown since they last came. Then they went to check on the cows, calves, dogs, pups, cats and kittens. Then they all ate huge quantities of Aji's delicious food. Finally, while their mothers went off to chat and rest, the children gathered around their grandmother for the best part of the holidays, listening to her wonderful stories, particularly in late afternoon. Let us too gather under the fast revolving fan on a mat on the floor, fighting to be the nearest to her and listen in. The first day, the children asked, Aji, how do you know so many stories? Aji smiled and answered, My grandmother told me many stories. Some I read in the books. A few I learned from youngsters like you, and the rest from your Aja. Then Aji paused and said, I see all of you have grown a lot since the last time I saw you. So before I start telling you any stories, I want to know what each one of you want to be when you grow up. Raghu, who was 11 years old and the oldest of all, said immediately, I want to be an environment scientist. Meenu, who was 9, I have not decided, maybe a computer person like my dad. Anand was 10 years old and he said, I want to be an astronaut. And his twin sister Krishna firmly said, I want to become a fashion designer. Aji smiled. I'm glad all of you have thought about this. We should always have some aim in life, which we must try to achieve while being of help to others. Now, let me tell you a story of a person who learned Just such a lesson. Shall we too join Aji and her gang of young friends and hear the story? Lovely. So be with me. On a blazing hot summer afternoon, an old man came walking down a narrow village path. He was thirsty and tired. Right by the road, he spotted a tiny grocery store. It had a tin roof and mud walls. The shopkeeper sat inside, fanning himself and shooing away the flies that were buzzing around in the stifling heat. There was a little bench in front of the store where the villagers met when evening came and the land had cooled down. The old man flopped down on the bench. He was so tired that for a while he could not speak. Finally, he opened his mouth and uttered just one word. Water. Now, this village has been facing a horrible problem for a long time. It was near a great desert and the rains came only once a year to fill its ponds and wells. But the rains had disappeared for the last 2 years and the villagers had been making to do water from a faraway stream. Every morning, groups of men and women walked along a distance, filled their pots from the little stream and used that the whole day. Naturally, no one wanted to waste even a drop of this precious water. Hey, how do you say no to a thirsty, tired old man when he asks for water? Without a second thought, the shopkeeper Ravi, who was very kind-hearted, poured out a tumbler of water from his pot and gave it to the old man. The man drank it up greedily, and then he said one more word. More. And without waiting for Ravi to give it to him, he lunged for the pot, picked it up and lifting it to his lips, drank up Ravi's entire day's supply of water. Poor Ravi. What could he do? He just stared in dismay. Then he told himself, never mind. After all, I did help someone in need. The stranger, meanwhile, now seemed to feel better. He handed the pot back to Ravi, gave a smile that filled Ravi's heart with warmth and said, My son, always be kind like this. Help everyone who comes to you like you helped me, and you will be blessed. Then he picked up his stick and slowly hobbled down the road. Ravi watched the strange old man disappear into the distance, and then he returned to his shop. The afternoon heat grew worse. After a while, Ravi felt his head was about to burst with a headache. His lips were parched and his throat hurt. It was so dry. He really needed a drink of water. But the visitor had finished it up all. Hoping to coax a drop or two out of the pot, Ravi lifted it to his lips and tilted it. Imagine his surprise when a gush of water ran down his face. It was sweet, refreshing water which not only quenched his thirst but wiped out his headache too. Ravi was staring at the water pot, trying to figure out what had just happened. Karim just came in. Karim was a young man who had hurt his leg in an accident many years ago, which had left him with a limp. When he was unwell or tired, his limp became worse. Karim too flopped down on the bench in front of the store and caught his breath, just like the old man. And then he fished out a shopping list from his pocket and handed it to Ravi. As Ravi started packing up the items listed on the paper, Kareem opened a little bundle of food and ate his lunch sitting on the bench. Finally, he wiped his mouth with his scarf and pointed to Ravi's pot of water and said, "Mind if I take a little sip? It's so hot." Well, now what do you think Ravi did? Do you think he shared water with him? Do you want to know? Tune in tomorrow, same time, and I will tell you what happened next. For now, dear children, good night.